Somebody thought that this needed a sequel. The Boss Baby is an unapologetically, I can't even say that word, bad film. It's terrible. Nobody likes it, unless you're like a baby yourself. And even then, I think this is a really bad movie to show kids because there's weird stuff about babies. Like, really weird stuff. Like, why would you show it baby farting and getting its ass slapped? It doesn't make any sense. Like, who thought that was a good idea? And there's some weird concepts that I feel like would just confuse kids more than entertain them. It didn't entertain me, and I feel like someone who made this was high on crack or something. I don't know what crack does to somebody, or maybe LSD. I don't know what, some type of drug. Whoever took, someone's taking. I can't even speak as how much this movie baffles me. And what's even more baffling is that someone at DreamWorks said, "You know what? This needs to be a franchise."
Franchise the damn thing.
The Boss Baby: Failing Business is the sequel that we were all waiting for. Wait, you weren't expecting this movie to came out? Did you even know this movie came out? Well, yeah, this exists. Boss Baby 2 exists. It came out, and it's really bland and boring. I'll be honest. The first movie is a train wreck of weird decisions. This movie is weird, but bland as fuck. So I don't know how long this review will even be, because there's not much to even say about it. The kid is a grown-up, and he's no longer voiced by Toby. So I asked Tobey Maguire, well, what is he in Boss Baby 2 when he did such an amazing job in Boss Baby 1? And his response is that,
if you want the shots, I'll take a staff job. Double the money.
So he wanted double the money in order to come back, and I guess the execs at DreamWorks Universe are like, fuck that. The guy from the Sonic movie instead. So the weird imagination scenes are back, but it's not the kids, it's the dad. So I guess he has some schizophrenia or something, especially later when he visions his toy being alive, and I don't know if it's supposed to be alive or he's just having some mental breakdown. Either way, this guy has some serious issues. So his daughter's a boss baby. Wow, really great twist. In the fact those showcase at the end of the first movie. And also, yeah, all the stuff about it being his imagination in the first movie, that's how he remembered it. Well, no, all that shit actually happened. There's basically nothing imaginative. There's no imagination scenes in all this boss baby shit. It's all actually happened, and everyone fucking remembers it, I guess. Or not really. I don't fucking know. It's stupid. Oh, and the boss baby is now growing up. Wow, really creative. And he's a boss. Wow, really creative. And the brothers don't like each other because I guess he got a kiss or something like that. I don't really know. Yeah, they don't really explain much. It's like, you went to business, and that's about it. For a movie that's supposed to be about their quote-unquote relationship, it does a worse job than the first fucking movie. And there's a new villain who wants to make babies smart, I guess. It's not really very well explained what his evil plan really is. Later showcases he wants to hypnotize people, but what doesn't really have anything to do with these kids being smart or something. I don't really get it. And why they need to stop him, because this is evil. It's so bland and generic. One of the dumbest plot points is that they drink a bottle that makes them young again, just to make them back to the status quo of the first movie. It's really stupid. And they have a fight over the bottle for some reason. I don't know why. This is the only time they fight, and it's just for this really dumb sequence. I hate it. Then there's a really dumb chase sequence that's, oh my. You know, the first movie bicycle sequence was weird? Well, this is just even weirder, and it's just like really dumb, and it's not even mentioned the fact they destroy like this city randomly just to get to school. You couldn't drive. Why do they need to be kids? Why do two of them have to do it? It doesn't make any sense. Also, you thought that the other movie that we just saw, Ruined Spirit, well, this one really has a reference to it, and yeah, there's only one guy watching it. I guess reference the fact that no one saw this second Spirit movie or whatever. I don't fucking know. It's such a weird thing. So after destroying the city, they go to this school, and the dad is like, I don't like this school, but even though he sends his own daughter to the school, and he apparently knows nothing about it, but surprised to learn about certain aspects of it, or something like that. It makes as much sense as I am explaining it to you. He doesn't like the school that he sends his own daughter to, because, I don't know, they didn't explain it. And this kid just stays in this pod for pretty much the most of this rest of the scene. Very important character, I know. He just is out of commission. Great character dynamic. Also, you know the bad guy? Well, guess what? He's a baby. I'm not even joking. Quite literally is a baby. But he's not a boss baby. He's just a baby that's just really smart because of his parents, even though he ate a ladybug there for some reason, like an idiot. I don't know. He's the villain, just like wants to make everybody smart and get rid of all parents, I guess. Because that's what babies do. It's not really well thought out, because nothing in this movie is well thought out. And this movie tries to do Back to the Future stuff, where the kid disguises himself and goes to this family, I guess, but, kind of like, it kind of makes sense, does it make sense? No, it doesn't. He's like, oh, you look like you're a kid, but no, he has glasses, so no, not really, and it's really dumb. He just here because he doesn't give a shit about the mission. Literally, the main character doesn't give a shit about her own fucking mission. The mission that, by the way, doesn't even matter. But yeah, the one daughter has a song number. Yeah, she got over her fear. Yeah, you hear my voice how much I care about this subplot? I don't. Also, they got captured again, I guess, and they're like, well, I forgive you for being a jackass, and I forgive you too. We don't really hate each other in that one scene, but you know what? We like each other again, or something like that. It's weird. They don't really have much hostility other than like one scene, and I guess another little scene. So now they're like, we like each other again. It's like, what the? You're doing the same thing the first movie did, but even worse. It would have been, honestly, this movie would have been more interesting if they didn't kept them as adults, because, what's the fucking point? There is no point. So the villain wins, I guess, because everyone's on their phone, and they happen to have the same exact app. Every single one had this specific app that he just developed, apparently, and now he's like, you are all hypnotized, so now that we can all be babies, I guess. I don't really know. It does not explain, like, I don't know why he wants to do this. At the end, he goes back to his original parents, so I don't, yeah. What am I trying to explain this movie? Why am I trying to explain the plot to Boss Baby 2? Why does the movie even exist? And so there's some lame shenanigans. The Boss Baby, I don't know, the plot summary on Letterboxd say he's a Boss Baby, even though he's not, and that's it. I don't know, whatever. Oh, and they all have a Merry Christmas and have a snowball fight. Isn't that swell? The daughter Boss Baby is like, my real mission was to get you guys back together. Why did you do it in the most convoluted way possible? Why? So the mom in this movie is thick, though. Look at that ass. Mom, who's barely in the movie, is the only thing that's good in the movie because she's hot, and that's about it. Unsurprising to no one, this movie sucked. In a way, when I first saw it, like last year, I don't even know when the last time I saw this, I thought, it's not terrible. I was kind of wrong. I thought because it had some concepts that were kind of interesting, that maybe it was better, but at the same time, second rewatching, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just dumb back then, I guess. Me 1 year ago. This movie sucked. It's probably worse than the original, because the original is so weird that it's laughable. This movie has weird moments, but it's so underplayed, and just they do it in the least interesting way possible. At least the Boss Baby, the first one, at least, even though it's stupid as hell, at least makes it feel like you're having a fever dream. Like this, like I said, this movie has a plot that's made by someone on crack, but the first movie has a plot made by someone who's on LSD, if that makes any sense. It doesn't feel like a fever dream. It just feels like a really bad, I don't know, like a bad cartoon from like 30s or something. I don't know. I have no idea how to describe this movie. Just take the original movie, make it more boring, and there you go. This is Boss Baby family business. Nothing else to say about this. Do you think I was generally gonna give like a nice positive review on this movie? No, they didn't put any effort into this. So I've changed the tier list a little bit. I moved a previous movie below. Boss Baby 1, I have no idea why I put in E tier. It's an F tier movie. Maybe I was trying to say, maybe it's not that bad. It is that bad. It's uninterestingly bad, the first movie. It sucked. The second movie just even worse. And they both belong in the F tier. Why did they even make this franchise? It's not funny. It's funny to make fun of. The first one was funny to make fun of. The second one just sucked. It is so dry and so bland. DreamWorks, what have you been doing these last couple of years? I would say that at this point. However, with the next two films, I'm going to be seeing a lot of different tunes. So I'm happy to talk about the next film. This film, I would say like in the Croods 2, I really had nothing to say. This movie, I did have something to say. Just wasn't really interesting to talk about. It has a lot of the same flaws the first movie had, but it's boring. It's hard to talk about a movie that's boring because it's just boring. Surprise, surprise, the villain for this movie sucks. It actually could have been a good villain. A kid who never wants to grow up and forces everyone else to be in the same situation is kind of interesting, making them intellectual, but it contradicts each other. So he wants either adults to be all dumb or the kids to be all smart. Either way, it doesn't really work because it's like they can't stick to one side. The character either actually is a smart intellectual or just a goofy baby, and it really doesn't work either way. And if this character needed to have a lot more development time in order for it to work. They didn't. I don't know, it just didn't work overall. It's not even a tragic backstory. He gets back with his parents at the end, so at least the first Boss Baby movie at least had some sympathy to the villain, even though the villain still sucked. But either way, the villain is at least performed okay by Jeff Goldblum, so I give him that. But other than that, it's just a generic, it's a flat D. And that's Boss Baby Family Business. Unfortunately, I still think they're making a Boss Baby 3 if my notes are right. So I'm not looking forward to it, but when it comes out, I guess I'll be reviewing it because I for reason decided that I wanted to do this back in was it November? Holy shit! Oh my God, it's February. I've been doing this since November. But we're almost done. We got very few films left, and at least the next time we're gonna be talking about a good movie. So stay tuned for next time when I talk about The Bad Guys. See you then. And if you want to see it early, you can go to my Patreon, I guess, because it's out, probably already made by now. Just to let you guys know. So yeah, subscribe and like. If you don't like it, give it a dislike. Give me some support. Bye bye.